sad. Wendy and her two other daughters do get some respite away from Marianne, but this only occurs when she escapes out the house multiple times a day.
Get indoors! I'm not running, darling. I'm not chasing you. Marianne, wait!
Marianne, I'm not running after you. I mean, you just did though, didn't you? Do you think Wendy's gutted every single time she finds her? No, I'm joking, that's not very nice. Little bit. It is sad because even though Wendy will be happy that she's managed to get Marianne back in the house, once she gets her back in the house, she just ends up screaming the entire house down. So it's just like a rock and a hard place. I don't know which one's better at this point.
Hey, darling.
Oh my good God. I think, so far, if I was Super Nanny, my first thing would be kind of just putting salt around the bed and just getting a crucifix and just being like, you know the deal now, right? We've all seen the movies, we know what's gonna happen. We need to exorcise some demon out of you, Marianne, unfortunately. That's the only kind of case that I'm kind of seeing here. On a real though, whenever I see children acting like this, I often think it's a lot more than just being like a badly behaved child, whether they're, they have something underlining which just hasn't kind of been, sought out yet. One study that I did find that I thought could be interesting and could be applied to Marianne is the youngest child syndrome. This is a term that's used to describe personality traits and behaviours often associated with being the youngest sibling in a family, obviously. And just some of the traits, Marianne definitely seems to demonstrate. Outgoing and social, she's a lot louder than all of the other siblings. Spoiled or pampered, you could argue she's definitely spoiled. Attention seeking, I mean, the more I list it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is literally what Marianne has. Even rebellious and free-spirited. I don't really believe that youngest child syndrome applies to every single youngest child, because even my youngest sibling is nothing like this. But it is interesting how this can be applied to Marianne. I just thought it was interesting to bring up. And because of Marianne constantly kind of swearing at her mum and just her bad behaviour in general, it's made Wendy think a lot less of herself. Just don't feel like a very good mum at the moment. And that's really sad because she's raised what seems like two really nice, well-mannered older siblings of Marianne. The two older siblings seem like they're really pleasant. So just because you've got one child that is acting out, I don't believe that makes you a bad mum at all. But it's it's just sad that she actually thinks she is. We don't really have any context to if the child's dads are in their lives, or how many dads all of our daughters have. We have no context to that. But one thing we do know is that Wendy has stayed, and Wendy, despite all of this shit going on, Wendy is really there for the kids. And I know that's just the bare minimum, but clearly, their dads just aren't in the picture. Super Nanny then arrives at the house. She looks like an Avenger ready to destroy this evil child. That would be a terrible Avengers movie, by the way. Russo brothers don't get the ideas. Now, as always, when Super Nanny arrives at the house for the first time, she doesn't intervene at all. She kind of just observes the family in their natural habitat, going around their daily business, and already Marianne is kicking off.
Get indoors now. You're not coming out the door!
This is like a sitcom. Why is Super Nanny looking at the camera like she's, in the office? You can't look like that, love.
My door!
This is so sad that both the siblings are yeah, Super Nanny every day. This is our life. This is actually our. Can you believe this, love? Yeah, can you? This is my life 24/7. If this wasn't bad enough, Marianne then just starts whacking her sister.
Marianne!
Christ. I'd see people in the UFC getting disqualified for that. You can't do that, love. They trying to break her leg. See, Super Nanny's passive-aggressive shakes of the head to the camera would piss me off if I was Wendy. What are you shaking your head at? Right, do you want to let Marianne loose on you? Stop shaking your head, will you? You're in my house now. You've been here 2 minutes shaking your bloody head. I'll show you how to shake your bloody head. Okay. Actually, maybe it's done threatening on camera. Wendy does admit that often the fights are a lot worse than this and they get pretty violent.
Marie and Amy think the prisoners are in their own home. Really? I think the same.
Yeah, that's not normal. You shouldn't feel like you're prisoners in your own home because of the youngest person in that house. How has it got to this point? This is pretty crazy. This is one of the most unique situations I've ever seen scene on like a Super Daddy episode. Normally it's like the dad at fault, or like the mom, or like they're not working together, or like all of the children are kind of misbehaving, or like the oldest child. Rarely is the younger one bullying everyone. This is almost like a real life version of the game Dead by Daylight. Like in that there's like like an evil figure that is chasing you around trying to kill you when you're just going about your daily business. It's very much the same, just the evil figure is Marianne. After this, the older siblings are trying to do their homework with their mum, but Marianne just can't really handle the attention not being on her, and this is where we get to see clear as day that if the mum shows the other daughters any attention, Marianne doesn't like it because it's almost like they're stealing her away from her. And unfortunately, Wendy just kind of like succumbs to Marianne just pulling her and like getting the attention off her. So then the other two siblings just kind of go off into the background and just do the homework by themselves. And it's really easy for us to kind of look at this from like an outside perspective and be like, why doesn't she just ignore her? Like, why doesn't she tell her like just stop it and she'll stop it? And when you're like emotionally involved in the situation, one of your children is literally bashing you and hitting you and like drawing blood from you, like chances are in the moment you're going to be like, right, what do you like, you're just going to deal with them there just at the stop because you get this 24/7, although it's not the right thing to do obviously. Like look at the two siblings here, this is just so sad. Marianne, can you not just fuck off? Just fuck off. I don't care about your picture book. Oh look at me, I've got love hearts on my t-shirt. I don't care, love. Honestly, if you're asking, I don't care. Why have I got beef with a child? It's literally like a 7-year-old child. I think the most disturbing thing about this entire like house is Marianne knows what she's doing, like she's self-aware. This is the type of thing they play like when they're trying to build up a villain in a series, you know? You're like, whoa, they're a bit creepy on them. I don't think they're the mean ones here, Marianne. I know you're only 7, and you're a lot older now, I imagine. I feel like you should know better at this age, I'm afraid. Straight after, creeping everyone out with that weird interview, Marianne then decides to escape again, of course.
I've got to a point now, I just don't even bother her anymore because I'm so fed up of chasing her all the time.
Now, obviously, for a mum to say that is pretty deep. Like, she gets this every day. It must be horrific. And I know a lot of people will judge her for that, but it's just the fact that, like, she doesn't get a break. Like, this Marianne is 24/7 just on smoke. Pure violence. That is all she knows. If I was Wendy, I'd just kill someone in the street, go to prison, get some get some peace for a couple of years. Wait until all this blows over. The more I speak, the more I think you shouldn't take advice from me. When they do actually get back to the house, this is the first time that we actually see Wendy just kind of wipe her hands of Marianne.
Do what you like, Marianne, because I think you're an absolute arsehole.
Super Nanny is not impressed.
Did she just call that child an arsehole? Just call that child an arsehole! Bloody hell. She's only 7. I mean, yeah, she's a bit of a prick, but you kind of say that, you're a mother, I can say it, I don't know. You kind of shout down the stairs to your child, call it an arsehole, man, because then that's just going to incite them to speak to you the way that you speak to them, because you're leading by example. Again, all this is really easy to say when, you're not emotionally involved. I do understand that. Super Nanny then says to the camera that she shouldn't be calling a child an arsehole, and also says that she has no control over this child, which I was like, yeah, no shit, love. This doesn't look like a mother that's got much control. I think we can all see that. Even though Wendy did call her child an arsehole, I don't actually think she meant it. I think she just said it in like the spur of the moment. Like when you look at her, she just looks like she's on the brink of crying all of the time.
I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be here anymore.
That is like really sad. Like, obviously this is really sad for Wendy. Just seems depressed. I know I don't diagnose her, but she's just said in front of her child, who's literally looking in her eyes, and she's just said, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, this is one of our well-behaved children. Can you imagine what this must be like? Because she's not doing anything to contribute to her mum be sad. So, like, that would just make you feel a little bit worthless, like your mum saying that in front of you. I know Wendy's just speaking her mind here, and normally she would have no one to speak to about this. So I just don't feel like they should be having this conversation in front of one of our children.
I think problems started, I think, about 4 years ago. Half the time I never know where Marianne is.
This must be such a shock, like, especially, like, raising that 2 previous daughters. She probably thought this shit's easy. Like, am I the mother of the year? And then, you pop the 3rd one out, you're like, 3rd one's a lucky, right? No, the saying's actually 3rd one's the devil.
Should have depleted, haven't you? I had enough a long time ago and I just kept plodding on.
And that is is the difference. Like, it's not in every single, household. I do understand that. But clearly, like, the father of these children is kind of just left in, like, he feels like he can just leave. Whereas, like, the mother, she wants to, but, she knows she can't because, like, who else is going to take care of these kids? It's now time for bed, and already Marianne has kind of been worse in a single day than a lot of children who appear on Super Daddy are in the entire process, but she's just getting started. As what she does next when she's meant to be going to sleep is actually horrific.
It's bedtime.
Alright, love. Well, it's time for bed, so that doesn't seem very chill of you. That's not very beat to sleep to of you. I think she wants the video. I think that's what she wants the video. Yeah, she's not saying it very nicely though. No, she's not. No. So weird that a child would think, oh, well, if I just like scream this house down saying I want the video, my mom's gonna be like, actually, because you've asked so nicely, yeah, you know what, you can have 2 videos tonight. But clearly this method must work because, she's shouting down the house, and normally I imagine a mom just goes, oh, just fucking you can have it. I wanna know what the video is. It's got to be something that she shouldn't be watching. Well, that was fucking dreadful. Did she say you're not meant to be in my family, you bitch, you fat bitch? That's your mother. You wouldn't be in this world if it wasn't for her. Yeah. Already you can see that, like, for some reason, Marianne has so much rage in her. Like, I've never seen a child with so much anger. Like, look at her face here. She looks like she could eat her mother's skin. That's probably a bit far in it. I'm not putting anything past her at this point. Also, like, she's 7. Surely she's picked this language up from somewhere. Like, for her to call her mum like a fat bitch. Like, someone's got to have said that around her. Like, you don't just pick that up at the age of 7. I feel like later on in this episode, we're definitely going to get context into why Marianne might be like this. Hopefully we do. And again, the saddest thing and often overlooked thing about, like, Marianne acting like this is her older siblings and the effect it has on them. Like, one of them just breaks down in tears because this happens every night. That is really sad. Like, she's 9 years old and she said she can't take it anymore. I just know, like, when they're able to move out, they're gonna move out by themselves if they have the capabilities to do it. Like, a lot of people say, oh yeah, like, if I had the money, I would never live alone anyway. Whereas I feel like these are gonna live alone forever. They just want peace.